I saved this time. I did. I watched it. I saw it. It happened. I promise. We saved. If my bolt plumes randomly disappear, then the game's playing me. Your car broke down this morning? Well, perfect. It works. Yo, Emblem with the beautiful 3 months. Welcome back. Enjoy the blue badge. I love you. Thank you so much for the support. Sega Chief angry. Sega Chief smash president. What am I drinking? Coffee. It's Death Wish coffee. My favorite. It's really good this morning. I put a lot of sugar in it. It's really sweet. I like sweet coffee. What do I think of the demo? I haven't looked at any of the leaks or anything because, like I've said before, I'd rather stay blind to stuff that isn't officially released. I said before, I would be pretty surprised if they released a demo. The biggest profit margin for them is people buying this game just to see how good it is, if it's like the original, what they left out, what they put in. Like, it's all kind of a mystery thing as to why a lot of people are buying it. So if they release a demo, I feel like a lot of people are gonna... It's a very, like, mixed opinion type of game, too. So releasing a demo is really gonna lower their profits by a lot, I would have to imagine. And they're a company, so you know how that goes. But it would be cool if they released a demo for us to play. I mean, they had the E3 demo already, so just releasing that specific part would be fine. Everyone's already seen that. Letting us play it might be nice. But, I'm not holding my breath. And I'm fine waiting for the game to come out instead of playing a demo. Yeah, I agree, but still, there's going to be a lot of people that, if you release the demo, there's going to be a lot of people that play it and go, not for me, and then they don't buy the game. You know, whereas if you don't release a demo, even if they see it, they might think like, oh, I want to try it. But it's definitely a mixed opinion type of thing with the way the combat is, so there's going to be a lot of people that play it and just don't like the feel of it. So if you release a demo, there's a good chance. Because in today's world, you can play a demo and not like the game and just not buy the game and watch someone else play it. You know, back in the day, it was like the only way to see the end of a game was pretty much to buy it yourself and play it. But nowadays, you can watch a YouTube Let's Play or a streamer play it. So if you don't like the feel of the game, you can still experience the whole game without having to play it. So demos kind of hurt sales a lot, which is probably why demos are kind of extinct now. That's why when the PS4 was first announced, they said there was going to be a demo for every single game on the store, and now there's like 4 demos. Because they realized demos are pretty bad for sales nowadays. Especially since like probably 90% of the profit is the pre-orders for Remake, and they can still go back on them. So if you release a demo, a lot of people are going to play the demo and cancel their pre-orders. So I think demos nowadays are much better for a game when it's been out a while. You let the game come out, you let all the pre-order sales happen, you let like a sale, PlayStation Store sale happen. Pretty much everybody who wants the game owns it. And then you release a demo and try to get like some other people to be like, oh, well, I'll try the demo, and then if they get hooked, end up buying it. So I think that's why we see like demos for games a year or two after they come out. It's that final push to try to get like a couple extra people to buy the game, once all the people that you knew were going to buy it already bought it. Which I think is fine. It'd be cool if more games had demos like a few years after they came out. Because at that point, you know people aren't going to buy it just off a whim, you know. But if they play the demo, they might be like, oh, this, you know, I missed out on this, and end up buying it. But see, also, a lot of times, when a game is already sold all the copies they figure they're going to sell, they don't do a demo, they just end up giving it away for like PS Plus or something. Or giving it away on like a bargain sale. So that's usually what people do now. Instead of doing demos, they just give it away for PlayStation Plus to get their money that way. So that happens a lot when people use new threat as I hate when you get fights here. Think about new threat instead on accident. I could have stolen a trank there. Might have helped. But alright, we're gonna equip some stuff. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then we're gonna give this a shot. That morph didn't go on, but that's fine. Alright, let me go to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll give it a shot. I tell you what, I switched up my creamer for this cup of coffee. Put in the Cinnabon is the Winamon creamer. Tastes real good. Let's do it. Prepare to die. Hey, how's it going, Jaggin? Good to see you, man. How you been? Oh my god, we have 4 bolt plumes. It's like my birthday. Also, Red 13's still in the front row. Yeah, so bolt plumes do some damage. As you can see, they're a big win. We're gonna hold off on this last bolt plume. Try to use it for Motorball, because he's already almost dead. Or I might have to use it for the second form. We'll see. But I have a Eris limit ready to go, so... I probably should have waited to use the bolt plumes until he was in his 3rd phase, because this is like the scariest phase, but... it should be fine. Yeah, so this is the problem you run into if you don't have enough bolt plumes, or if you don't buy enough grenades. I think you can buy grenades for this. Yeah, before you come up here, you can buy grenades. But yeah, if you don't have anything to throw, you literally have Barret, and that's it. And Red 13 can sit here and try to get his limit, but that's about it. Stop hitting Barret. Yeah, I feel you. Sorry about the terrible work schedule. Hopefully it gets better for you soon. I'll be completely honest with you. I thought the creamer question was a joke. I didn't realize you were actually asking me what a creamer is. I guess that makes sense though. I just didn't realize it wasn't a joke. Also, why did Barret have to be the one to be put to sleep, my only damage source? Creamer is a way to sweeten up coffee. It's like putting milk in your coffee, but it's an actual product that you use that usually has different flavors. Red 13's limit hits, yes, but you're just kind of sitting here waiting for the limit. Might have to use a potion here, because Barret's poison hurts. I'm gonna try to not use a potion. Let me see what happens. Alright, that's bad. That's not what we wanted to see. Now we're stuck. Yeah, this is what can happen. Alright, cool. Go, Eris. You are win. You got this. You cannot deal damage. Intended. Well, we don't have a bolt plume for the big boy anymore, but other than that, we're doing all right. I don't think this unequips the talisman, unfortunately. Oh, it does. Nice. So I actually never noticed that. This menu here says remove materia from members with switch. It actually removes everything. It removes accessories as well. Yeah, that should be good. If I wanted to be crazy, I'd set the game to wait, but we ain't no babies. Babies are for babies. Pro strats. Kill the dog now so he doesn't cast barrier. Makes this fight a lot easier. How's it going, Klepperoff? Also, I've mentioned this a lot, but just in case anyone new here, the extra music is not part of the mod. It's just something that we do to avoid copyright problems with the boss music. Has nothing to do with the actual mod. The actual mod has regular boss music. Plus, why not? Man with the machine gun is dope. I know, I've almost forgotten the real boss. I mean, it's impossible to forget the boss music in Final Fantasy VII. It's one of the most popular boss musics of all time, but yeah, sometimes I forget that it's different. And I'm like, oh yeah. It's complicated. Let's do the glitch! See ya. I love breaking this game. I don't actually know why Eris's model is loaded here. It's not loaded here, I don't think. Yeah, I'm invisible. Don't worry about this, it's normal. Yeah, I could go get the elixir, actually. Which would be pretty useful. I think Eris is invisible here, too. Yeah. You could actually go all the way back down to Wall Market if you wanted. This is awkward. Don't kill me, that would be bad. This glitch doesn't help, it's just funny. I just always do it because it's cool. Yeah, you can just re-trigger the cutscene, and Eris is in the wrong spot. Or you can do that glitch and then walk around during the cutscene, which is funny. Yeah, I don't think you can cheer through PS4, but you could just open up the mobile app and do it that way. Does anyone know if you get 4-8 points on PS4? I don't think you do. You get 4-8 points on mobile. I don't think you get points on PS4. It'd be cool if you did, though. I mean, if you're logged in and you're watching, it should be able to give you points, but... Alright. This fight's gonna be interesting. So, usually, one of the biggest things about this fight is having elemental fire. Elemental fire helps with this fight immensely. But we don't have that luxury. So, you know, we're just kind of doing it live. I might have to set the game to wait in order to win this because I have, like, nothing. I have... Cloud can do okay damage with cross slash, and that's about it. That's like all I got. This is gonna be... I got 2 potions. I got a loco weed. That's about it. So this is gonna be a struggle. Yo, Jagged, thank you so much for the 1,500 bits. Holy cow, thanks, man. Appreciate it so much. Not bad. That face when I don't get a single red motorcycle. Hello? This might be the longest I've ever gone without 3 red motorcycles. This is fantastic. Oh my god. I have done this game hundreds of times. It's never taken this long to get 3 red motorcycles. I might never get 3 red motorcycles. We might finish the entire game. This is... There we go, finally. Holy cow. I've never seen that happen. Bearded, thank you for the gifted sub to Sign Guy for the 3 months. Sign Guy, welcome back, my man. Enjoy the brand new blue badge. Appreciate that gifted sub, dude. Yeah, I wanted to save at least 1 bolt plume for this fight because we have, like, no damage. We're gonna have to get really lucky and just hope that he doesn't pick on Eris too much. So she can just heal us. Well, he picks on her the right amount, basically. That's what we need. The Coney dog. That's what we call that, Skip. The Coney dog. We don't call it that. Nobody calls it that. Also, I forgot to put my characters in the right spots. That's unfortunate. Well, that worked out. He attacked Cloud twice while he was in the back row. Alright. This is gonna be fun. Take this! He'll never see the Loco Weed coming. Get wrecked. Alright, he's mad. He didn't like that. Use some limit manipulation there to get extra turns. Gonna have to pull out all the stops. Dude, I want to see Barrett do Laguna's limit. Laguna's limit's so cool. Way cooler than any of Barrett's limits. This is gonna hurt. Should get healing wind though. Oh, nope. I need him to hit Eris lightly. That would work. That's not Eris. Oh, that crit was big damage. Holy cow. I really need him to hit Eris. Got another crit. Cloud, what is going on? Angry. Angry Cloud. I'm doing good, King Chris. Hope you're doing well. Alright. This shouldn't kill Eris, so we should be okay. I need someone to do a long animation, though! I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. I almost threw an item just so I had a longer animation so I could get off Healing Wind, but it worked out. I think we should survive and then get 2 limits and then win. I think. Especially with those 2 crits. Thank God for Big Shot. Get time to get cross slash. I think he's dead. Nice. That was... I was about to die. Rolling Fire would have messed my day up. Good stuff. We got through with only... what, 4 Bolt Plumes? And, like, no potions? I didn't even use a potion. Yep, this mod is available. Just go to sector48.org. Or, since you're here, you can type !download, but... yeah, just go to sector48.org. It's all there. There's more mods there. I'll be adding more and more mods over the next couple weeks. There's a couple cool tools as well. The tool I use to check enemy HP. And that cool tool we use to turn Emerald Weapon into a spinning frog with a giant head. It's all on there. So yeah, we're right now we are testing a possibility to get rid of this screen. So you don't have to go around changing everyone's equipment. It's not a big deal, but it would be nice if people didn't have to do this. So we're testing a possible code that Mavic wrote for us, actually, to do that. I kind of want to do the skip, but I don't want to break things, so I'm not going to do the skip. Last time I tried to do the skip, I soft locked and had to fight Motorball again, so I'm not gonna do that. Doesn't really matter, but... So, all our stuff is gone, but we do get to keep everything we got from bosses, which this is a special case where you fight 3 bosses in this one section. So we actually get to keep the Star Pendant, Protect Vest, and the Mithril Armlet, because those are all the stuff you get from the 3 bosses. But other than that, everything's gone. Now, we should have all of our materia now. So this is what you guys will see when you play the mod. All the way through Midgar and everything, you'll have all this materia. 3 steals, 3 morphs, 3 enemy skills, and 3 senses. So we changed that because it's a lot nicer to have sense early. It makes morphing a lot easier. Because morphing without sense is kind of frustrating. And I definitely don't want the mod to be frustrating, so... I want it to be fun, not frustrating. Yeah, I actually have a new in-depth video in the works. It's actually been in the works for a while, but then a lot of the theory videos started, the remake news started, and Scavenger mod started and finished. So that's why there's been a bit of a break in in-depth. But I do have one currently working on, so hope to see that soon. Alrighty. Time for our favorite part. Yeah, the theory videos are really fun to make. I'm really enjoying them a lot. The latest one I did was probably the most fun I've had making one. That one was really fun. That one was also completely off the cuff. I didn't write any script for that. I don't usually do scripts for the theory videos, but I write like notes to make sure I hit everything I want to hit. But the latest one I did was literally all off my top of my head. Like, I had an idea of what I wanted to say, but I just did everything, you know, fluidly off my brain. It came out really well. What would happen if the AP from a boss battle would cause a materia to master and generate a new materia? Would you get to keep it? No. No, because it wipes after the boss battle and after that's already multiplied, so. But good luck mastering a materia in this mod. If you master a materia in this mod, you win. You're going to be a high enough level to smash everything, because that would take a lot of work. Unless, I guess, you just, like, spammed magic pots in the final section. But spamming magic pots is very difficult in the final section, and you'll find out why. You'll find out why very soon. That was a joke. This isn't my favorite part. I do love this part, but whenever we do challenge runs, this part's always a joke, because we just kind of have to skip through all the text. You got this, Suna! Okay, never mind. I thought about making this skippable since this is a challenge mod, but I really wanted to focus on keeping the game as vanilla as possible, so I decided not to do that. In future mods, if I do make more, if I make another challenge mod or make some other kind of mod, I might call up Sega Chief and ask him to pitch me over that code that makes this skippable, because it's just really nice. Obviously you can just choose not to skip it if you don't want to, but having the option to skip it is really nice, because most of the time in challenge runs, you're just skipping through text here. It's not a challenge, so there's no reason to really play it. And stuff like, you know, the live stream scene is long, but it's not really a big deal. But this part is so long and has no real battles in it, so it's nice to. It would be nice to skip this in any challenge mods in the future. Thanks for the ghosts. Is there a way to skip the Nibelheim flashback in a regular playthrough? Sort of. Yes and no. There's a way to use the Nibelheim flashback to skip all the way to Mount Nibel. Can you get out of the way, please? Guy! Guy! Do you mind? You know what? So yeah, you can't skip the Nibelheim flashback, but you can use a very funny glitch here to game over warp to Mount Nibel and skip like a good 5 hours of gameplay. But even when you do that, you have to play through the entire Nibelheim flashback first, and then come back and play through part of it again. So it's not exactly skipping the flashback. Skipping the flashback has never been found, unfortunately. The shortest speedrun of this game still does the Nibelheim flashback. How many sections would that skip? That would skip the farm, the mines, the farm, the mines, Junon, which is big. Costa del Sol. I guess... like all Mount Coral, that's what I was trying to think of. Mount Coral, the whole first Gold Saucer where you meet Kate Sith and stuff, the desert, and Cosmo Canyon. So that's actually way more than 5 hours. That's like casually like 10 or 15 hours of gameplay. I don't know why I couldn't think of the Mount Coral. I kept trying to call it Mount Nibel in my head, and I was like, that's not it. Yeah, so you're skipping all the way to Materia Keeper after doing all of that. Yes, enemy skill resets as well. As broken as enemy skill is, it's pretty useless in this mod, I found out. I give it to you, but to be honest with you, good luck using it. It's not very useful. Most of the best enemy skills you need Manipulate for, and you don't have it. So, it's there, but other than using Flamethrower and Frog Song, it's not great. Frog Song's good, though. Yeah, you skip getting the buggy, too. Son, talk is cheap. Dad, I guess you've never talked to a lawyer. True statement. Not a joke, but true statement. My wife's driving test went surprisingly well yesterday. She got 7 out of 12. The other 5 managed to run to safety. That's a Magic Man joke right there. He likes the wife jokes. Yeah, for those of you that aren't familiar, not very many people are familiar with the PC run of this game because most of like the big speedrun marathons and stuff and the popular Final Fantasy VII runs are all done on PS1, or actually a lot of runs are done on PS4 now. And those runs are like 8 hours long and you do pretty much the entire game. There's not much skipping at all. The PC run, however, is only 2.5 hours long, and you skip almost the entire game. You do Midgar, you Death Warp to Mount Nibel, you do Rocket Town, and then you immediately wrong warp to the end of the game. So it's a pretty interesting run. You basically see an hour of Midgar, an hour of the Nibelheim flashback in Mount Nibel, and then an hour of completely annihilating the game's code, and then the game's over. Or more like 30 minutes of completely annihilating the game's code, and then you win. So it's a pretty cool run. I like it a lot because it has 3 separate types of warps in it. It has a Yuffie warp, a game over warp, and a wrong warp. And you get to see the setup for all 3. So it's a really interesting run to watch. Unfortunately, it's an absolutely abysmal run to actually do. I ran it for a couple months and quit and will never run it again because it's god-awful. But it's a very cool one to watch, just not to do. My boy Avatar, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the 1,500 bits. Final Fantasy Friday. Appreciate it, dude. Yeah, it's an incredibly fun run to watch, you know, and see just how broken this game truly is. Yeah, running it's a nightmare. Yeah, it's awful because of the RNG. The skips themselves actually aren't bad. But there is an absolutely abysmal amount of RNG that is just not enjoyable. I can go more in depth if you guys are interested. But yeah. It's bad. Thanks, Avatar. I hope you enjoy it. No, the final fights are actually completely free because you use the debug room to max your stats. Not really max your stats, but max them enough to where you, like, 3-shot the bosses. I think you 2-shot Genova, 3-shot Bizarro, or no, 4-shot Bizarro and 3-shot Safer or something like that. And you actually use the Vincent Mug glitch to skip their animations of dying, which is really cool. Like I said, it's a really cool run, and it showcases a lot of the really cool glitches in the game. It's just unfortunate that it sucks to run. Almost everyone I've seen that runs it ran it for a few months, got the time they wanted, and quit forever. And I'm not sure anyone runs it now. And somebody got a run with, like, perfect RNG, and they were like, that's the end. No need for anyone to ever play this again. And I agree. Yeah, so one note if you're watching this and you want to install the game, install the mod. If you decide to uninstall this mod or you want to update to the latest version, the Steam uninstaller can be very strange. Sometimes it deletes the right folders, and sometimes it doesn't. So, just to give you like a quick tutorial, if you want to uninstall this mod, even if you want to install the latest version, what you need to do is you need to go to Steam, and you need to go to the game, and simply right-click, manage, uninstall. But then after you uninstall it, you need to go to your wherever your files are. So mine's on this. So you go to Steam, Steam Apps, Common, find Final Fantasy VII, and then just delete everything in here. In fact, you can just delete the actual folder called Final Fantasy VII. Just delete it. Because for whatever reason, Steam's uninstaller does not remove some of these files. Especially modded files, it doesn't see them correctly, so it just leaves them in here. So when you uninstall, just simply go to this Final Fantasy folder and just delete it. And then go ahead and reinstall the game, install the new version of the mod if you want, whatever. But just make sure you delete that folder. That will make sure that it's completely removed off your hard drive. We've had some issues before where people have uninstalled the game, but the uninstaller left some files in there, and then when you try to reinstall the mod, it gets confused. So just make sure you do that. That'll make sure that it's completely gone, and you have a completely vanilla version of Final Fantasy VII back on your computer. That went the wrong way. Wait. Am I a dummy? Thank you. The door wouldn't open. As far as I've seen, like I said, it's the Steam uninstaller that sucks. And for any mod, I would do the same thing. Is just delete that Final Fantasy VII folder. It'll make sure that you have a completely new version of the game. It's just a good thing to do anytime you uninstall the game. In fact, honestly, every time you uninstall any Steam game, I would recommend going into your common folder and just making sure the folder's actually gone. Because it'll leave like little files here and there that'll fill up your hard drive. Like just as a nice little PC cleaning thing, go into your common folder and see how many games in there you still even own or have installed. Because you'll have like a game that's been uninstalled forever and there'll still be a folder in there with like some files. So, because Steam just uninstalls in a weird way. I think what happens is when you uninstall with Steam, it looks for all the folders or all the files that it installed. But that's not always what you have. Like when you install a game and you start playing it, it creates new files. It'll create save files, it'll create cache files and stuff. So like when you uninstall a game, Steam doesn't see the new files. It just sees the files that it created, and it just gets rid of those. But then there's still, like, files left. So, it's a good habit to get into. Anytime you uninstall a Steam game, just go in that folder and delete whatever you see that's left. It'll keep your hard drive nice and squeaky clean. How's it going, Dino? I love that first line. Who is it? Like I could just see Sephiroth sitting in his chair. Who is it? Oh, it's you, Cloud. Have I told you? I'm gonna burn down everything. Thought you should know. Also, how does Sephiroth go from walking out of this room to burning down the entire village by the time Cloud gets out of here? Is Cloud just really slow? Everything you see here happened. It's just Cloud was not in this spot. He was a soldier. But all this happens the way it happens. Fire 4. In fact, that's Cloud right there. This is Cloud. Can I make a suggestion? No. Yeah, go ahead. Oh man, we're getting close to 100 votes on chat and random. I'm gonna have to make the numbers smaller. I think chat's gonna get cut off. If I told you guys that I have to go to the bathroom again, would you believe me? Is there a way to have a log of the changes that were made during the versions? We could, and normally, you know, I'm the type of person that really likes patch notes, so in my own mod I would like to have patch notes so that everyone knows what's going on. Unfortunately, we have several people working on the mod, and it's just a little too difficult to keep patch notes correct. Maybe once the mod is like, I mean, we're in a really stable place right now, so this might be like the last time that I have like a small patch, and the next patch will be one that's bigger. So, you know, because the first couple patches were like hot fixes to quickly fix like a little bug. The next patch might actually be like a big one that fixes a bunch of small things, or like I said, we might upgrade the way that the sections work so that they're a little easier. If I do something like that, then maybe I'll do patch notes. But there wasn't much reason to do patch notes for the hot fixes because I was literally fixing one little thing that wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. But yeah, maybe in the future, you know, if we have like a Scavenger 2.0, I'll make an actual like patch note for it. But yeah, there's no need to read the patch notes because it's just fixed stuff that wasn't supposed to be there. You know. How many people? Mostly just me and Suna. Uprisen did some enemy AI stuff for us back when we were thinking about adding enemies, but now we're kind of pushing that back to maybe a different mod. But we decided like halfway through that this version was just going to be vanilla, like you guys have seen. But I don't want to say he didn't do work, because he definitely did. He helped us out a lot when we started making the mod. Sega Chief helped a bit with the little things. Mavic has thrown in some code that might be used in the future versions. We had a ton of beta testers, which I don't know the name of because Suna helped out with all that, so you could ask Suna about the beta testers, but we had a bunch of beta testers in Suna's community that helped beta test the mod. Brendan was one of them. Yeah, I think that's about everyone. Yo, Faux Emperor, thank you so much for the tier 2. 6 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. Of course, I get my Buster Sword while you're playing this. Yep. Perfect. Worked out. See you, Kleproff. Yeah, no optional death fight. In the original idea for the mod, we were going to have an optional death fight where you could like get your equipment back at the end. But yeah, we're saving that for maybe a Scavenger Plus in the future. That's like a different version that has a bunch of new enemies and story elements and stuff. But that's not anything, you know, that's down the line. Maybe we make that another time. Hey, how's it going, Blackheart? Rip Barrett date. That was mean to him. Scavenger new threat. Well, the mod's already out, Faux Emperor. Just go to sector48.org. You can download this, you can download other mods, you can download tools, it's all there. We're ready to go. Why would I stay the night? I just stayed forever. Alrighty. We got through that. We're live. Alright, let me go to the bathroom again, and then we're gonna go do some stuff with a giant snake. As in, not fight him. Alright, we are back. And hey, we got Coral Reefers with the Tier 2. Brand new Tier 2 sub. What an absolute legend. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Thank you, thank you. Alright, so this is an interesting section here. This is the Get a Chocobo and get across the marsh section. Now, there's a couple ways we can do this section. If you're playing the game, if you're playing the mod normally, you could simply go to the farm, get the Chocobo lore. You'd need to do a few fights to get Gil, so you could get the Chocobo lore. And then you'd have to catch a Chocobo and then go across as normal. However, if you're doing the death challenge, then technically you could say that Chocobo Billy is a shop, and so you cannot buy greens. And getting a Chocobo without greens at this section of the game is pretty difficult. If you use weight and you use limits, you can do it before the Chocobo runs away. But it's a little more difficult than your standard throw a green, kill the enemies, get the Chocobo. So we're just going to go skip the snake instead, using super strats. But yeah, there's a couple ways you could do it yourself. You could do this trick. You could use limits to catch a Chocobo, or if you're not doing the death challenge, you could just buy greens normally. It's up to you. We're just going to do the old fun skip instead. He was a jerk. Ugh! How many screens do I have? 2. Oh, I forgot we put a section here. So rip our Chocomog. I wonder if we should remove that section, because there isn't really anything too vital there besides Chocomog. I don't think that section's really necessary. I'll think about removing it. The other thing with that section is if you're crazy enough to try to get beta, you should be allowed to keep it for the next section. So, yeah, I'll think about removing that section. I don't think it's really necessary. I'll have to remember why I originally put it there. Huh. My enemy skills went away too. Yeah, we need to remove this section, I think. For sure, because my enemy skills and senses went away too. I'll write a note on that. Now, let's see here. This section is bottom swell. Chocomog helps with bottom swell, but it's not necessary. It's not vital. Oh yeah, I already did that. What's more important is long range and some of the other stuff we're going to get after the Mithril Mines, so we should be fine. Yeah, beta would be pretty tough to get. One of the best ways to get beta is with poison, and we don't have it, so you would have to just survive long enough to get it, which would be pretty difficult. Also, there's some good stuff to get in here. Somebody here has a glove for Tifa. The death challenge is no shopping. You can buy materia from slots or shops if you're not doing the death challenge. You'd also have to survive beta without fire elemental, which would be very difficult as well. You'd have to level up quite a bit. How's it going, Retro? Good to see you, dude. But yeah, I think we'll remove that section. It's not gonna completely destroy anyone's run by any means. You'll be fine if you get that section, but I think it'd be a little nicer if it wasn't there. It's not really necessary. It's kind of a time waster because you don't really have much anyways.